about it. They're like, you've been doing this for 7 years. Where do you find a topic? And I tell them every time, every topic that I talk about is by divine order. I don't talk about anything that I haven't connected with my designer, my creator first, and ask them, what theme do I focus on? What do I talk about? Because here's the thing, I'm on assignment. I'm on assignment to pour into you. I'm on assignment to help you to think differently about your challenges. I'm on assignment to help you to grow through things, not just to go through them. I'm on assignment. What I do is a ministry. I'm sent for impact. I'm on assignment to help you to change how you think. I'm on assignment to help you build mental fitness. That's what I'm here for. And that's my assignment, and I'm sticking to it. All right. So let's jump in. So today we're wrapping up. We've been in the theme of mindset shift. We talked about focus. We talked about flow. And today we're going to end off on finish. Master the finish. What does that look like? What is that all about? When you master the finish, what can that look like? So the thing that I want you to focus on today is that life is full of shifts. S-H-I-F-T-S. Life is full of shifts. I need you to write that down. I need you to put in a comment. I need you to get present to that. The reason why I need you to do that is because I want you to know that life is not going to be a smooth, like flat line. No. It's going to be ups, down, around, sometimes upside down, the basket turnover. Yeah. So what that shift can look like is challenges, right? You've been facing some kind of challenge, whether it's in your health, in your finances, with your family, whatever it is, you're facing some kind of challenge, right? That's a shift. You may be going through changes in your body, in your mind, at work, in your relationship. It's just changes are constant. It's just happening. The other thing is life has shifts when it comes to seasons. I had to tell one of my clients yesterday to help her get present to where she's at. And this is what I do in my ministry, in my business, in my work, I should say. The work that I do, I help people engage in the right mindset. So she was sharing, she was saying, I'm 45 and I don't know who I am. And I have been blessed to coach both men and women. And I've been blessed to coach men and women around the world. Read my lips, around the world. I have clients in Japan. I have clients in Canada. I have clients in the UK. I have clients in Edinburgh. I have clients in Indonesia. I have clients in Costa Rica. I have clients in the US. I have clients around the world. Why? Because we're all the same. We're not different. We're all dealing with challenges. We want to master the shifts in our lives. And in order to master it, we got to first identify what is that thing that we're struggling with and who can help me. Let me reach for my resources. Where are my resources at? Right? And I'm so glad that I've been trained and I'm wired to teach this thing, to help people get breakthroughs around mastering your mental fitness, how you show up, to reframe the challenges that show up in your life, and how to grow through stuff instead of just going through it, right? So it's important that you get present to, in order to live a fulfilled life, you just can't be fearful of the shifts that will come. You got to master it. Right? You got to master it. And mastering it, it's a muscle. You got to build. You got to do the reps over and over again. It's not one and done. It's not one and done. I need you to be present to that. Right? So you have to identify, what are the tools I need? Who is it that I need to connect to? What is it that I need? How do I need to connect? And be able to get into a space where you can get some of these questions answered, because it is critical how you show up in life, because life is going to throw you changes, challenges, and seasons. Like I said, the lady I was speaking to yesterday, my client, she said, I'm 45 and I don't know who I am. And I said, okay, that's good self-awareness that you're feeling that way. She's like, when I was in my 30s, I knew what I wanted. It was career focused, da-da-da-da-da. She knew every box to check. Now she's in her 40s and something has shifted. She's gone through a couple of layoffs and that's affecting her. And I get it. So she's in the search now for new employment, and she's taking a lot of things very personally. So I had to help her to understand life is a season. Hi, Dr. Renee. Life is a season, and season, they change. When you look at the life cycle in the universe, that's how we show up as humans. And we need to make sure that we are understanding that the season, you may be in the summer of your life right now, or some of you may be in the winter of your life. When I say winter, that doesn't mean you're getting ready to die and lay down and give up. No. What I'm saying is the winter is that place where, here in the North America, when it's winter, a lot of trees lose their leaves. That doesn't mean they're dead, but they've lost their covering, and they now have to hibernate and then reach in the spring to then produce new leaves and come back up in the summer to give you shade and the beauty of whatever the tree gives with flowers and everything. But you've got to identify what season you're in. And I had to help my client yesterday to recognize she is in a season. I helped her to identify this is not your summer season. This is not your, it may be touching on a little bit on winter and a little bit on autumn. So she's like straddling a little bit. Yeah. Sometimes you straddle. And so I had to help her to get present to that, to stop beating up herself and recognize that life comes with shifts, and you can't fear the shifts. You've got to master the shifts. And we walked through a whole thing for 45 minutes, and she walked away and she's like, Coach, I'm so glad I showed up because I almost didn't come. I almost didn't show up because I was so much in my head. And that's what I do, guys. Ladies, I get in your head with you and I help you to get out of it. Because we got to master the stories we're telling ourselves. We got to get over the stories we're telling ourselves. Dr. Renee, yeah, good analogy. Thank you so much. And I love you too, darling. The important thing is we've got to master our shifts. So we talked about mastering the shift, then we talked about mastering the focus, then we talked about mastering the flow last week. So today we want to finish, and not just finish, we want to finish strong. You want to master your finish. Because here's this thing, anyone can start something, anybody can start something, anybody can say, you know what, I got started, and that's fine. But many people can keep going, not all. Some people fall off because of the stresses of the challenge, because of the stresses of the change or the changes that's happening. You fall off. But the important thing is that you don't quit. If you don't quit, you will finish. Not just finish, but you will finish strong. Hey, Coach, tell me, what does it look like when you finish strong? I'm so glad you asked. When you finish strong, you're saying whatever lessons was available in those challenges, whatever lessons were available in those changes, you were ready for it. You were willing and ready to pull them out. You were willing and ready to say, bring it on, because I am not going to leave the space of challenge and changes, or the season, this awkward season that I'm in. I'm not going to leave it until I get what it came to serve me. I tell people all the time in my coaching space is that you've got to have active conversation with you. You are with yourself more times than you with other people. So the conversation that go on quietly in your head, if they're taking you off the rails, if they're taking you down the rabbit hole in a negative way, you have the power to interrupt it and say, not today, and find a way to pivot and to get back on track. Because if you are determined to finish strong, you've got to condition how you think. So you've got to upgrade how you think. You got to disrupt those stinking thinking and make sure you are you're finishing strong. The thing is, when you finish strong, you're saying, I'm setting up my foundation for my next season. When you finish strong, it's not just for the end of that season, but it's also the beginning of the next. So how you determine your ending, your landing, right? How you do that matters. Finishing strong, you're saying, I trust myself. Finishing strong is saying, I will not quit, even if I gotta cry through it. I will not quit, even though I've got to Go with the ebbs and flows. Like we talked about last week, the flow. Don't fight against the current. Flow with it. Flow with it. Find that groove and get in it. Because when you finish strong in the season you're in, you're saying, I'm building up momentum for my next. I'm building up, type it in the chat, whatever is hitting you, whatever is coming up, put it in the comments. I need for you to interact with me. Those of you who are on here live, those of you who are going to hear this on the replay, I need you to talk back to me because listen, I love dialogue. I don't like the one-way conversation. I want you to talk back to me. I want you to talk back to me. When you're saying, I'm not going to quit, you're going to finish strong, you're also saying, in your finish, you're also knowing that doors can be opened for you. There are possibilities on the horizon of where you are. When you say you're not going to quit, you're going to finish strong, you're building that foundation for yourself. So here are 3 challenges that I need you to focus on today. And here is the key, the common theme in these 3 challenges is the power of one. Remember, the power of one. So when it comes to your focus, here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick one thing that you can focus on today. Pick one thing and focus. Focus all the way through your end of day. Focus on that thing. If you got to take a break, fine. But focus on it so that you can get clear about what it is you need to do next. Right? And the next thing I want you to do is flow. When it comes to flow, I needed to stop. Stop fighting. Stop fighting the current. Don't swim upstream. I want you to go with the flow. I want you to trust the process. Trust the work that you have done. Trust the research that you have done. Trust the time you have put in. Trust what you have already put in, invested into it. Trust it. Wait for it. And I've used this metaphor before and I use it again. When farmers plant seeds, they don't go back every day and dig it up and look. Oh, is it growing? Is it growing? No. They water it and they allow the master designer to shed sunlight on it and they keep watering and they wait. They trust the process of the growth process, right? You put it in the ground and sometimes the growth process may seem as if you're buried. But here's the difference between someone that's buried and something that's planted or someone that's planted. When you're planted in the ground, it's dark and that's a real thing. There's some dark moments in your work to get to the finish line. In your work to get finished, it can feel dark. It can feel overwhelming. But if you're planted, you know that with the watering you're getting and the sunlight that you're getting, eventually that seed is going to break through the ground and sprout through. I need you to get present to that. Your finish may look beautiful on the end, but the road to your finish may be bumpy. It may be a mess. It may be a mess. And that's just the reality. When you're buried, you're there and you're there forever. But when you're planted, the darkness is a place for you to germinate. I need you to tap into that. I need you to get present to the shifts. When the changes come, when the challenges come, I need you to know that it's possible to finish strong. Here's the other thing. When you finish and you build your foundation for the next season, right? There's one other piece I didn't give you. The last challenge I didn't give you yet is how to finish. So I need you to get present to challenging yourself and choosing that one thing that you need to complete this week. The power of one. The one thing you're going to focus on today. The one thing you're going to allow yourself to flow with it and stop digging things up and trust the process on that one thing. I need you to trust the process because you've done the work. So trust it. Step back, take your hands off and trust it. And in the finish, I need you to say, I am going to finish this thing to the end. I'm going to complete this thing today, this week. Stay with it. Don't give up. Be relentless, because if you decide that you will not give up no matter what, you're determined to finish strong and master the finish. It's in the process of mastering that you learn lessons, that you build muscles, that you get stronger in your thinking, that you get better at how to do it next time. right? So as I close off, I want to remind you that the way to master your finish is to make sure you flow well, is to make sure you're focusing, is to make sure you are determined to end strong. And you're not just gonna get through it, you're gonna grow through it. Remember, growth is available to you in the trenches. Growth is available to you in the challenges. Growth is available to you in the changes. Growth is available to you in the awkward seasons that you're going through. And the beautiful thing about seasons, they don't last forever. Winter is not forever. Summer is not forever. So grant yourself grace to finish strong, and know that when you finish strong in this season that you're in, you've built the foundation for the next season, the power of one. The next season, go one at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. Don't do nothing over. Just do that thing and focus. And if you struggle, that's where I come in as your coach, as your sister, as the one that will help you to see, because when you're in the frame, you cannot see outside of it. I help you to see what's in the periphery. I help you to see outside of the frame so that you can turn your life around. I needed to write in the comments. I needed to write in the chat. Not for me so much, but for you. I will master the finish. Say it again. I will master the finish. That's a commitment. That's an intention. That's a declaration. And I want you to live up to it. I want you to come back here on a weekly basis and show up and tell me how the shifts that you're dealing with, how you're mastering them. Have a great day, and I love you and thank you, and God bless you, and I see you soon. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, don't forget, no, I shouldn't say don't forget. Remember to go to Eventbrite and look up the free mastermind session that I'm doing on September 9th. It is called Upgrade Your Mindset. Upgrade Your Mindset. That's what it's called. Upgrade Your Mindset. I might have give you the wrong title in the beginning, but it's Upgrade Your Mindset. Look for it, and also I'll also put the link below so that you can join me there. It's free. Invite your friends and family and those of you who know who need to upgrade how they think and to show up powerfully in their homes, in their businesses, in their work, in their relationship. Because when you power through and when you master the shift, you can know how to ask for what you want in your relationship and also state what you don't want. You know, to ask for the money if you need to ask for the raise at work. So, listen, this is the space where you learn how to master your thinking so you can master your ask. All right, we'll talk soon. It's going to be a new theme for September. Again, I love you and thank you for being here. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye, Dr. Renee. I will master the finish. Thank you so much. Thank you.